For millions of older adults, a simple fall can change their life forever. A broken hip, perhaps, or a serious fracture can limit independence, mobility, even force some into long-term care. And that's why many people around the world turn to calcium and vitamin D supplements for protection. Are you among them? Then here's what you need to know. A new review now suggests that these pills may not provide the benefits many have counted on. A comprehensive review published in the British Medical Journal has found that calcium supplements, vitamin D supplements, or a combination of both, provide little to no clinically meaningful benefit in preventing falls and fractures in most older adults. Falls remain a serious health threat for senior citizens. Nearly 1 in 3 people aged 65 and above suffers a fall every year, and many of these incidents lead to fractures. Such injuries can cause severe pain, decline the quality of life, of course, and in some cases even force people into long-term residential care. Researchers in Canada reviewed data from 69 randomized controlled trials involving around 154,000 adults. They basically compared the calcium supplements, vitamin D supplements, and combined supplementation against placebo or no treatment to determine whether these interventions lowered the risk of falls and fractures. The analysis found little to no reduction in overall fracture risk with any of the supplement strategies. Researchers also found little to no benefit in preventing specific fractures, including hip fractures or in reducing falls. The researchers cautioned that these findings may not apply to people with certain bone disorders or those receiving medication for osteoporosis, and said that attention should shift towards other measures like balance training, resistance exercises, and personalized fall prevention programs that combine exercise, hazard assessment, and education based on an individual's risk factors. A massive white shield at the bottom of the world is showing a rather unusual change. A Texas-sized area of Antarctic winter ice has disappeared, leaving scientists searching for answers. And this mystery is triggering fresh questions about the future of our planet's frozen landscape and future. Our next report telling you more.
Antarctica is the coldest, driest, and windiest continent on Earth. It holds nearly 90% of the planet's ice. It contains around 70% of the world's fresh water. Its role in regulating Earth's climate and ecosystems makes its importance impossible to ignore. But now, something unusual is happening. During the Antarctic winter, sea ice normally expands across the surrounding ocean, creating a vast frozen cover. This ice plays a crucial role in the polar ecosystem and helps regulate the planet's climate. But in the Bellingshausen Sea, a huge section of winter sea ice failed to form. The missing ice covers an area roughly the size of France or close to the size of Texas. Satellite images reveal about 650,000 square kilometers of winter sea ice has not solidified. Scientists say this is an extraordinary event. the missing ice may not simply return quickly.
All right, we will, of course, keep a very close eye on the latest coming in on that front. But switching gears for now, Donald Trump is ready for a deal with Iran. The U.S. president warns, in fact, that if Iran does not comply, bombs will drop. But deep inside the Pentagon, there is a bigger worry, it seems. It's facing the challenge of keeping its weapon stockpiles ready for the next conflict. And now Donald Trump is turning to a Cold War-era power to rebuild America's arsenal faster. Take a look at this detailed report.
US and Iran are readying to sign a deal. The MOU is ready. Final parts are being discussed. The world is taking a sigh of relief that the conflict is finally coming to an end. Hormuz is opening up and easing up pressure on global oil supplies. Trump threatens dropping bombs if Iran doesn't behave.
If I don't like it, if they don't behave, we'll go right back to dropping bombs right smack in the middle of their head. Okay? Because they've misbehaved for 47 years.
Behind every missile fired and every strike launched, there is a hidden battle keeping the weapons flowing. The Iran conflict has raised concerns in Washington over the strength of US military stockpiles. Officials warn that years of heavy weapons demand global conflicts and supply chain issues have exposed gaps in America's ability to quickly replace key munitions. The pressure is pushing the US government to expand defense production. President Donald Trump has turned to the Defense Production Act, a Cold War-era law created during the Korean War that allows the government to boost production of critical materials and defense equipment during emergencies. The move aims to speed up manufacturing, remove supply chain blockages, and rebuild supplies of essential weapons needed for modern warfare. For years, the US defense industry has faced production delays. Advanced weapons systems take time to build, while conflicts around the world continue to consume military resources. The key question inside Washington is simple. If another major crisis erupts, does America have enough weapons ready? The concern has triggered a push to strengthen the military supply chain. At the same time, Washington is expanding military readiness beyond its borders. Reports say the US is planning a permanent war-ready weapons stockpile in Australia to improve its ability to respond quickly in the Indo-Pacific, especially as tensions rise around China. From rebuilding factories at home to positioning weapons abroad, the US is preparing for a new era where speed, supply, and stockpiles could determine the outcome of future conflicts. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.